Have you ever noticed that the moment one problem disappears, another one seems to take its place? You finish a difficult project, and suddenly you start worrying about your health. Your health is fine, so you begin worrying about money. Your finances improve, and now you're worried about the future. It never seems to end. Most people assume this means something is wrong with them. That they think too much, stress too much, worry too much. But what if the real mystery is not why humans worry, but why humans expect themselves to stop? The uncomfortable truth is that your brain was never designed to make you happy. It was never designed to make you calm. It was never designed to help you enjoy the present moment. It was designed to keep you alive. And for most of human history, survival depended on anticipating problems before they happened. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors lived in a world where danger was everywhere. Food could disappear without warning. A sudden storm could destroy weeks of preparation. A hidden predator could end a life in seconds. In that environment, optimism was often a luxury. Imagine hearing movement in the bushes late at night. One person thinks, "It's probably nothing." Another thinks, "What if something is out there?" The first person sleeps peacefully. The second person stays alert. And if a predator really is hiding nearby, only one of them survives. This is the reason worry became deeply embedded in the human mind. Evolution did not reward the people who felt safest. It rewarded the people who noticed potential threats first. The people who prepared for winter before winter arrived. The people who worried about food before the supplies ran out. The people who imagined danger before danger appeared. Over thousands of generations, those cautious minds survived more often. And eventually, they became us. Which means the voice in your head constantly asking, "What if something goes wrong?" may not be a flaw at all. It may be one of the oldest survival instincts ever carried by the human species. And evolution did something even stranger. It rewarded the worriers. Not the strongest humans. Not the fastest. Not even the smartest. The humans who survived most consistently were often the ones who paid attention to what could go wrong. A cautious hunter noticed tracks others ignored. A careful parent worried about dangers near the camp. A vigilant traveler prepared for storms before dark clouds appeared on the horizon. Again and again, natural selection favored people who anticipated threats before those threats became reality. Over time, the human brain developed what psychologists now call a negativity bias. This means your brain naturally pays more attention to potential problems than potential rewards. A single criticism often feels stronger than 10 compliments. One mistake can occupy your thoughts longer than 100 successes. Bad news captures attention faster than good news. From a survival perspective, this made perfect sense. Missing an opportunity was unfortunate. Missing a threat could be fatal. And once this system existed, the brain developed another habit. It never stopped searching. Because the ancient world was constantly changing. A predator could appear tomorrow. Food could disappear next week. A rival tribe could arrive without warning. The brain learned that staying alert increased the chances of survival. And that habit still exists today. Have you ever noticed what happens after solving a major problem? For a brief moment, there is relief. Then something strange occurs. The brain immediately starts looking for the next concern. Pay off debt. And you begin worrying about retirement. Finish school. And you worry about your career. Build a successful career. And you worry about your health. The target changes. The process stays the same. Because a brain that completely stops scanning for problems is not doing what evolution designed it to do. In many ways, the human mind behaves like an ancient guard standing watch beside a campfire. The moment one danger disappears into the darkness, it starts searching for another. Not because it wants to make you miserable, but because for most of human history, that constant vigilance helped keep your ancestors alive. The strange part is that almost none of those ancient dangers exist anymore. Most people watching this video are not worrying about predators hiding in the darkness. They are not worrying about finding food tomorrow. They are not listening for hostile tribes approaching from beyond the horizon. Modern humans live in the safest environment our species has ever known. We have supermarkets filled with food, hospitals, weather forecasts, locked doors, electric lights. Yet somehow, many people feel more anxious than ever. Why? Because while the world changed dramatically, the human brain changed very little. Deep inside your head is a survival system built for a completely different reality. A system designed for uncertainty, scarcity, and danger. In many ways, modern humans are running ancient software on modern hardware. Imagine placing an Ice Age hunter inside a modern office. The surroundings would be unfamiliar. But the brain would still be doing the same thing. Scanning, predicting, preparing, looking for threats. The objects change. The survival system did not. And that leads to one of the most frustrating experiences of being human. Even when everything is fine, worry often refuses to disappear. Because the brain was never designed to reward safety. It was designed to reward preparation. When things are going well, the brain does not say, "Wonderful, we can relax forever now." Instead it asks, "What if this changes? What if something goes wrong? What are we missing?" This is why anxiety can feel endless. Not because you are weak. Not because you are broken. But because evolution built a brain that constantly tries to stay one step ahead of potential danger. The problem is that modern life provides an endless supply of future possibilities. And the brain treats many of them as potential threats. Tomorrow's meeting. Next month's bills. A future illness. A mistake that has not happened yet. The ancient survival system keeps preparing for dangers that may never arrive. Because from its perspective, missing a threat has always been more dangerous than imagining one. Unfortunately, the same system that once protected humans can also become exhausting. A mind constantly scanning for danger rarely gets a chance to fully rest. For most of history, this was useful, but in the modern world, the survival system often encounters problems it was never designed to handle. Emails, deadlines, social pressure, financial uncertainty, information arriving every minute of every day. The brain reacts to many of these situations using ancient biological mechanisms. Your heart speeds up, stress hormones rise, attention narrows, the body prepares for action. But unlike a predator attack, many modern threats never truly end. There is always another message, another responsibility, another future possibility to think about. And so the survival system remains activated far longer than it was ever meant to. This is why so many people experience overthinking, chronic stress, and burnout. The brain keeps doing its job. The environment simply changed faster than evolution could keep up. And perhaps nowhere is this more obvious than in the human imagination. One of the most remarkable abilities humans possess is the ability to mentally travel into the future. You can imagine tomorrow, next year, 10 years from now. You can simulate events before they happen. This ability helped our ancestors prepare for danger long before danger arrived. But it also created a new problem. The brain does not only imagine likely outcomes. It often imagines the worst ones. A conversation that goes badly. A job that disappears. A relationship that fails. A disaster that never happens. In many ways, worry is simply imagination pointed toward danger. Your mind continuously creates simulations of possible futures and asks a single question. What if? That question once helped humans survive. But today it can generate endless scenarios that exist nowhere except inside the mind itself. Your imagination is one of the greatest survival tools ever developed by our species. Yet it is also one of the reasons humans find it so difficult to stop worrying. But perhaps the goal was never to eliminate worry completely. Because worry itself is not the enemy. In fact, some amount of worry is one of the reasons humans became so successful. Worry helped our ancestors prepare for winter before the cold arrived. It helped parents protect their children. It helped communities store food, build shelters, and anticipate danger. Without concern for the future, civilization itself may never have existed. The problem begins when a survival tool becomes impossible to switch off. When preparation turns into obsession. When caution becomes paralysis. When imagined futures become more real than the present moment. The healthiest minds are not the ones that never worry. They are the ones that know when worry is useful and when it is no longer serving a purpose. Because there is a difference between preparing for a problem and living inside one that has not happened yet. And that may be one of the most important lessons modern humans can learn. Your brain is trying to protect you. It always has been. But not every thought deserves your attention. Not every possibility deserves your fear. And not every imagined future deserves to become your reality. The next time you catch yourself worrying about something that has not happened, remember where that voice comes from. It is ancient. Far older than cities. Older than civilization. Older than written language itself. It belongs to ancestors who survived by imagining danger before danger appeared. And even now, part of your mind is still doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is sitting beside an ancient campfire, watching the darkness, listening for movement beyond the edge of the light, preparing for threats that may never come. That instinct helped your ancestors survive long enough to create the world you live in today. But now, for the first time in human history, survival may sometimes require something different. Not more vigilance. Not more preparation. But the ability to recognize when the darkness is empty, and finally allow the mind to rest.